So this is Kieran, aka me, man. No, this is Kieran. He thinks he can single leg jump, so we're going to try it with two legs up onto the canvas.
Do you reckon you can do it one leg, Kieran?
Alright, I've got one leg.
Do you reckon?
Go on. You got that? Oh!
That's a good idea.
Are you alright? You've easy got that in you. You've easy got. Come on.
Oh, I feel like you need rest.
He's not got that. There's no way you've got that.
You're too far.
Oh! He's there. That is explosive. She heard that the camera's on her in today. That's why she's turned up. I ain't seen her in a month.
You actually ain't seen her in a month.
I ain't seen her at least a month.
How long have you been boxed?
6 weeks.
Yeah, I ain't seen her in 5 weeks and 6 days since yesterday. Huh? Chris Burns-Smith's in camp now. He's got 6 weeks on Saturday until his first fight back after losing his world title, which was a big blow for us as a team. But you know, these things happen, and you've got to dust yourself off and go again. And there's been a lot of change, but what's great is that his mindset shifted and changed a little bit, but it's not changed for the worse. It's just he wants to achieve more and get better. He'll be in the gym 8 years this June, and yeah, we're still looking to change it up. We're still looking to get extra percentages, and that is so rewarding for me as a coach, because that's what I'm trying to do every day, to try and maximise everyone's ability. And when you've got a fighter that's equally as determined to maximise their own ability, it's a blessing. So he's got a really hard fight against Brandon Glanton. It's on April 26th in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, on the undercard of Conor Benn versus Eubank Jr., which is an amazing card to be on. It's going to be globally broadcast. Brandon Glanton's just coming off a great win against a highly ranked Russian fighter. Chris is obviously bouncing back, but up until that last fight, he was on fantastic form. So it could still fight of the night. And you know, he's so motivated for this one. He started sparring the other week, and sometimes you need those little setbacks to really, you know, reflect and sort of try and strive for even more goals and even more percentages. So you know, he's hungry. He's not 21, 22. He's not an Adam Azim anymore, where he's developing every day in the gym. He's learning, and he's learned a lot of his ability. He might be at like 97% of what he's capable of, but there's still that 3% where we can just tweak one or two things, and the body has to be fresh enough to be able to go into the gym and tweak those and be able to work on that stuff without being super cooked and super tired, that when he gets there, he's just not performing. So it's a really important phase of his career, and also this camp has to be dialed in and nailed in, because he doesn't want to go back to British level, European level. He wants to crack on and win another world title, and this guy's highly ranked across all 4 governing bodies, and if we can get a great victory and a big win, he might be fighting for a world title next.
Where'd you keep them?
Mate, they smell fresh.
Mate, they stink, mate.
I'm surprised I noticed.
They're bad, mate. Go put them on the radiator. Dry them out. No, dry them out a little bit.
Don't get stinking here, just leave them in the car.
I never used to dry them out.
He never used to know.
Gosh.
Well,
they haven't got a lot of padding in them, yeah.
not because I punch hard.
Yes, you have had them. You have had them for.
Who said these are
You've had them for 10 years, so you know they've done well.
Do you know my sparring gloves I've actually had for about 8 years?
I know. It's not
Still
advertised
not
that.
been broken.
It's not advertised that.
Nice, perfect. One more. Boom. Lovely. Loads. Flying, mate. Looking great.
Shane, you can do a bit of Ellie before the sparring, or are you doing a bit of Ellie first, or after, or a bit of both, or same time? Or?
No, she's good to go now.
Yeah.
Looking sharp, mate.
He is, isn't he? We were going to see him a couple of weeks ago. It was terrible.
That's a backhander. I'll take that.
No, it is. Yeah, I've done a fantastic job. No, I'm joking. Yeah. Way sharper than yesterday. You can, no, I'm being serious. You can land that right hand. That right hand yesterday was terrible. It's like Josh has been taking the pads there.
Oh shit.
Like this.
It was bad, isn't it?
Josh, were you secretly going out to Catford to take Ellie on the pads? Because yesterday I was doing this, I was going 1-2, and she was missing it by half a foot. No, yeah.
I'm so wide. It's just non-stop piss taking the whole time.
Back in the gym, obviously I've been ticking over. I've been ticking over in my recreational gym, and the cleaner's been doing my gloves up, so it's been nice to get back in. Although I'm very rusty, I think you need a WD-40 out, but yeah, it was good to be back, and I felt like I haven't left, to be honest. But technically I definitely have. Yeah, the last fight, I felt like there was a lot of pressure probably that I put on myself going into that fight, so it was nice to kind of, go in and come out, and I just felt like, burden lifted. And weirdly, although it wasn't, I just feel like it set me up for almost a fresh start, and it set me up into a good place, I believe. Obviously added the IBO. I know we don't really reflect it in the major belts, but it was just kind of nice to, keep the collection going, and there's 2 more belts to collect, so that will be the plan for the rest of the year for sure.
So Ellie Scotney, good to have her back. She went missing for 5.5 weeks. She kept herself disciplined, and she's been ticking over in training, but it's a bit of a flu. So that's why she wasn't in sooner. But super impressed with her fight. She boxed a girl called Miyamoto from New Zealand, who was unbeaten, super strong girl. One of the fighters that people didn't necessarily want to take, and it was Ellie's mandatory, and it was either give up that world title belt because her name wasn't massive and have a hard fight, or or sort of take it on. And I think she said, I'm not giving up this world title belt. This is something I've worked so hard for. I'm gonna beat this girl up, and it's exactly what she did. She outboxed her, and she fought her in spells, and won, I think, 9 rounds to 1. I think it's her career best performance today against by far her toughest opponent, and it just shows you that she's always gonna raise her game and just up that level whenever she's in against better opposition. And I think that's why she's had no easy fights this whole part of her career. Matchroom have always matched her hard against girls that that are durable, tough, that a lot of the prospects didn't necessarily want to box. But where we go now, do we go up to 126? Do we stay at 122? Do we try and unify? Well, she's already got a unification. Do we try and become undisputed at 122? She can still make the weight, she can still perform there. It's just where the opportunity is there. There's no massive names down there. There's a girl called Mercado from Mexico that's got quite a decent name because she's boxed Amanda Serrano before, so that's kind of a good measuring stick there. So that's something that we're looking into at the moment. We're just looking at the lay of the land and seeing what opportunities present themselves. But she's happy, she's healthy, her calves have healed up well, and she's in a great space. So looking forward to this, to this next chapter in her career. So today we've got 5-minute warm up, and then I'm going to give myself 5-minute variables. So to do a 1K plus a jog in between. So if I do a 1K at like 340, 350, then I've got 1:10 of easy recovery runs, and I'm going to do that 8 times. Right. So 1K warm up, then 8 1K repeats, but with a jog in between, and then 1K cool down. So it's quite a short session today. It'll only be about 12K. So, but a speed session that I need to do. I've not had much speed work since you last filmed. It was about a week and a half ago, where I sort of flared up my hip, which is a bit of a pain. It's an ongoing issue that's supposed to be going on. So flared up my hip. It's kind of like an IT band runs over the great trochanter of my hip, and it just keeps nagging. So nothing too bad, but the physio said no speed work. do a lot of the easy base building stuff, and then only chuck in like once or twice a week some sort of speed variation stuff. And I ran Cambridge Half Marathon. I paced my uncle to his first sub 1:30 on Sunday, so that was I sort of called that my speed work. And then this is now Thursday, and it's my first one since, so I'm going to start pushing the pace, try and lock in at like that 6 to 6:20 a mile pace, because that's what I'm going to try and aim and target for the marathon. So just get comfortable at that pace.
To be honest, that's quite close to marathon pace. You know, 6:25, 6:20 a mile. Just getting the legs comfortable at that speed. I was going to do 4 and 4, but I'll do 5 at half marathon pace and 3 at marathon pace. So 16 kilometers an hour is half marathon pace, and 15 is marathon pace. Just so set 5 on half marathon. Let's go. We said in one of the other videos about how you've got to make it boring. Like, I've got no music, no TV. I'm staring against a blank screen. It's as boring as they come. But you're getting into a rhythm of listening to your own breaths when you're at paces, because a lot of the time that can really off-put you, like your breath, and you feel like you can't catch it and you can't get into a rhythm. So that's why I do this sort of stuff. It's boring as hell, but it locks you in, locks you focused. And part of the suffer is to be boring, because then that's where you learn to enjoy it. And then whenever race occasion comes, it's the same thing with boxing. It's like sparring hard when no one's around, no applause, no nothing. Whenever you get that chance to do it in front of a crowd, it's the most rewarding feeling in the world. And yeah, I don't think anything in the world, apart from maybe jumping out of a plane, will replicate the thrill that you get from boxing. But I'll tell you what, if you haven't done it, enter a really popular marathon. I would genuinely say, because you're pushing your body to the limits in that really uncomfortable state, and there's loads of people cheering you on, calling your name because you've got your name tag there. It's actually, I'm gutted I didn't pick it up earlier, because the thrill of it's brilliant. I love it. And you're suffering, but people have come out, spent their Sunday out there to support either London or Seville or Boston or any of the big marathons. I did Cambridge Half Marathon with my Uncle Dan last weekend, and the fans were amazing. Drums in every corner, people loving it. It's such a great day out for the guys running, or the guys and girls running, and also the spectators cheering their family members on. That's why it's the biggest growing sport in the world, running. Just got to get boxing up there. Got to get boxing to be back in schools, teach discipline with kids, and that's where it's at.
Bend this knee slightly. Okay, so yeah, keep the heel down on the floor, and just think about, like, just going to rotate that lower leg. All we did there was, so just had a look at range of motion, especially around the hips, the ankles, some stuff around the spine, because obviously this is geared towards his running, the marathon he's training for. And then we just used so the device there called the ISOFit, and then just the ankle rocker, just to look at some of the look at his output. So looking at how well he holds positions, and just seeing if it correlates to some of the range of motion stuff that we saw, because there was some, differences between the left and right side. And then so I took that information, put him into certain positions to see if the output also correlated with those range of motion, and with him it did. And what that does, just gives us loads of information. Be like, okay, you know, we now know what we need to be working on in terms to help improve his running and make him more stable, and you know, trying to kind of improve those right and left, you know, differences between, you know, regarding more so output, so that when he runs, he's more stable and more even from right side to left side.
6 weeks Sunday.
What's the actual date?
27th of April. So if we maybe do like 5 weeks and then like a power, maybe on the Tuesday or something, we just do like a power session or something like that, some just primers, and then that rest of that week will be a taper.
All right. But yeah, there's some key information there in terms of like.
You'll be around fight week anyway, because Chris is boxing that week, so it was perfect. So it's the same sort of thing. The only thing is like I've got to factor in my carb up. You're supposed on the Saturday you're supposed to do absolutely nothing. So I'm going to be doing the pads with him in the night time and then trying to get some sleep,
conking out,
get some shut eye. But to be honest, it will just take my mind off it, which will be good. I'll be so focused in on the fight that I won't even think about the run, and the next day I'll just get up and do it.